Welcome back to the Last Round Boxing Podcast. You got me, Roberto.
Got me, Yohanan.
And you got me, Asael.
Let's talk boxing. We had a good card this past weekend, the KingPyn tournament on the Zone. Really good fights. There was quite a bit. Of course, the co-main event, main event is what the majority of the people were looking forward to. The Nissan Gibb versus Jarvis is the co-main event, and then for the main event, Nunes versus King Kenny. Really good fight. What'd you guys thoughts on it?
I enjoyed the card. There were some good fights. Early on, when it first started, the first couple fights were a bit shaky. There were some people who didn't have a lot of experience in the ring. But as the card progressed, I actually enjoyed the fight. I think the matchups were really well, and I think it was one of the better cards that I've seen. The matchups were really good. The women's fights were really good, and obviously the co-main event and main event were once again, really good.
Yeah, stylistically, I think like what Asel said, really good matchups. Like Gibb against Jarvis, two kind of similar styles in the aspect of going forward. And then you had two contradicting styles with King Kenny and Nunes, with King Kenny being like the boxer, while Nunes being more kind of like the brawler and going forward type of fighter. But like also like I was gonna say Kell Brook, Elbrook against was it Julie Polka? Was it?
Julie Polka.
Yeah, like that was also really good. People on Twitter were saying, "Oh, it's the best influencer women's fight of all time."
I think so. Yeah.
Cause they were just banging it out, just
They were. Yeah.
it was like a back and forth. So yeah, there was really good fights in this card. Really set up for a big finale in September for the KingPyn tournament. And yeah, I think it got a lot of people really excited to watch the final, because they're literally two, like even for the women's, they got Barbie against Julie Polka, two. They literally come into brawl, and then King Kenny and Nissan Gibb, and that one's like a 50-50 in my opinion. So yeah, everyone's like anticipating a big finale, and I think it's two big matchups for the women's and the men's.
Yeah. I want to start with the woman because I saw a lot of people, just like you said, a lot of people were saying it was the best women's influencer boxing fight, and I agree too. It was very entertaining. It was a really good fight.
We saw a little bit of everything, huh?
A little bit of everything, yeah. They both did their thing. I was impressed by both Elbrook and Julie Polka. Obviously, Julie Polka, took the win, and rightfully so. She fought really well. She fought in pockets. She's one of those fighters that just has like these really fast outbursts of explosion of just a ton of punches, and it was too much for Elbrook to deal with. So I was really impressed by Julie Polka. Her stamina was her endurance was a bit low
At the end.
Yeah, she started getting tired, but that's because she just explodes and starts throwing like 7 punches. In this opening round, she came forward and just dropped Elbrook, but I don't know the ref. I don't know.
If it's a knockdown. Yeah, it should have been a knockdown.
It should have been a knockdown, but the ref kind of saved Elbrook from a knockdown. But from the opening bell to the last bell, she was throwing a lot of punches. And in control of the fight.
And not only that, but she couldn't not miss that left hand. That left hand kept hitting Brooke in the face. And even then, like, even Brooke would go, like, take that big step forward, and all Polka would have to do was just do this, bah, bah, and she kept eating it. She had no response. Brooke had no response to that left or anything else. So pretty easy. It was competitive, I would say.
It was competitive, but it was decisive. Like 4-1 or 5-0.
4-1, 5-1, just kind of depends.
Yeah, also like also it showed like the Elbrook has power, man. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm like against when Elbrook made her appearance in Misfits when she fought was it Faith? I think it's Faith. She just like absolutely like destroyed her in one round. I was like, okay, she had like some pop into her, but like against Julie Polka, who Julie's huge compared to Elbrook, she was because Elbrook's like what, like
5'1",
5'1",
and Julie Polka's 5'5".
5'5".
That's what it was listed as.
Really?
Yeah.
A tall 5'5".
Oh, yeah, she looked like a tall 5'5". But Elbrook, yeah, like I don't know what round it was, where Elbrook caught Polka with like a clean, was it like a right?
Yeah, it was in the second.
Yeah, it was like a clean right, which
stumbled her,
rocked her hard, and I was like, dang, like Elbrook does got some pop. She's a hard hitter. She's what a baby bomber.
Yeah, it's true. The nickname is true, and that's another thing. I saw a lot of people on Twitter hating on Elle Brooke, saying she's overrated, and what I'm saying, oh, she lost, and I think I don't think it's justified. I think Elle Brooke, I was still impressed by her performance. Just like you said, she showed great power, and she showed actually a decent gas tank.
Yeah.
She wasn't tired until the last round. Then she started slowing down, but all the previous rounds, she was there to fight. She was always trying to push forward, get her punches going, trying to land her right hand, and it is a bit one-dimensional, but I think with a little bit of work, she can definitely be a problem. So I was surprised that a lot of people were, hating on her, and I saw her rival Astrid Wet laughing as well.
Oh, I did see that.
On Twitter, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was going after her, and
Yeah.
I don't think it was fair. I think she put a good performance on her for herself. I think she should be proud of it. She definitely has a lot of stuff to work on, but all in all, I'm impressed by her. And if she can hone in her attack into which she lands these hard punches, which she's shown she has power, then I think she could go far.
Speaking of Astrid Wet, I don't know what I understand. It's her rival, right? And she's laughing at her losing, but I'm like, Astrid would have gotten absolutely popped in the first round by Julie Polka, and then by Elle Brooke. Like, Astrid Wet, I don't know, her fights that I've seen from her.
Not impressive.
Not impressive, She very, I don't know, she does not impress me at all. She's a really weak champion in my opinion. So like seeing her laugh, I was like, oh man, she's taking the piss. Obviously, like who wouldn't, right? It's your rival. She just lost. It's like when Jake Paul lost against Tommy.
Yeah, KSI just had to say something, Yeah. But he'd lose to Tommy, but he had to say something.
He had to say something, right? But like in this case, Astrid Wet would have gone absolutely dismantled. I don't think I don't know. I thought it was funny,
Yeah, I just like you said, I think those two, depending on what we see against Barbie, and we'll get into that fight in a bit, but they both put up really good performances for each other. I'm so surprised that a lot of people were just like hating on her.
I'm kind of surprised that you even said that. I wasn't even looking at the Twitter comments about like people hating on her, but Brooke is a dog. Like she was there. I know sometimes the decisions don't really reflect what really happened in the fight. If it was a UD, it was UD, but Elle was in there to fight, was trying to do the best she could. Even though she kept getting hit with those lefts, she kept going. You know what I'm saying? Any other person could have been like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to cool down. Yeah, but no, she kept trying. And, she paid the price for it, but it shows you that she has that instinct to really fight. Plus, that one right hand that almost dropped Julie made her bleed, busted up her nose. Like, that she has that fighter's chance, that puncher's chance as well. So, I feel like people are criticizing a little bit too much, but I would definitely like to see her again in the ring.
Yeah, she has crazy power. I think she might be the hardest hitter of the women's, because no one's really doing it like that. Like all her opponents, she was busting up Faith in her fight against her, like absolutely just landing bombs on her. And in this fight, she showed one punch and she rocked Julie Pena. Julie Polka. It's an instinct with these Brazilians. I don't know. Julie Polka, she rocked her like to her core. And she showed she definitely has a lot of work to do, but I think her fundamentals, and I think like her instincts are there. I think she is a fighter. She's shown that she can do this for real. So I'm interested to see how she reacts to the loss, because she was one of those that's very out there, very she's talking her shit. She's saying I'm the best. So we'll see how this affects her. Hopefully she gets in camp and works on the things she has to work on. I think this fight showed her flaws. So
yeah, most def. Because I don't think she's gonna fight her sister. I believe I saw a tweet saying that they're not gonna fight each other. Yeah, that's kind of. So I'm interested to see who else, like Astrid Wet. I mean, we could possibly see that. It just kind of depends how Astrid Wet does in her next upcoming fight. But I would see her. I would have her winning Astrid Wet big too.
Yeah, I think Elle Brooke beats Astrid Wet. Yeah, I think Julie Polka. And also let's go switch around to Julie Polka. I'm impressed by her. She can really fight. Like she's not scared to get in there, and she throws very hard combinations of like 5, 6, 7 punches just straight at you, and they're fast and they're explosive. She's really dangerous. I'm I'm interested to see how she does against
Barbie.
Barbie, a
Barbies?
six
Yeah.
foot tall, emo looking girl. You know, let's see how she does against her. But I got her. I got her as favorite. I got her beating Barbie and being the winner.
Ooh. Oh, what do you think about that?
I think Barbie wins, honestly. Yeah, she's just too big, and also Barbie Loki kind of hit hard, man. She Loki kind of hits hard. She also, is it allowed to have makeup on? Like
That's literally, it makes
like,
no sense.
It makes no. I'm like
It makes
every
no
time I see her in
sense.
the ring, I'm like, why? Like I get it's your look or whatever, but like we're talking about a fight. Like I don't think this is allowed, right? The makeup.
It shouldn't be allowed.
It shouldn't be allowed. But besides the point, yeah, I mean, I think Barbie's I think she's just way too big. And like for just amateurs, I think that's gonna really pose a problem. Just the physical advantage.
It really does, especially in the mind. Like
Yeah.
she's 6 feet tall.
Yeah, she's gonna be looking
She's
up. Man. She's gonna
huge.
be looking up at the sky, and then.
I feel bad for Emily Brooke. Goodness.
Oh yeah,
It was like a parent disciplining a child. Like they look like in 5 different weight classes. I don't know what was going on in there. I felt bad for her.
Yo, you know what's funny? Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. Dude, she's 6 foot tall, Barbie, and she wears that face paint all black. Oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of scary.
That's
Yeah,
kind of scary.
and she
man.
kind of does bring to fight. You know what I'm saying? She's there
Yeah.
too, like to bang. So, I'm not really sure. I don't have to see. Has Polka fought anywhere else other than
The
this
KingPyn?
KingPyn tournament?
No,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because going from someone who is 5'1" to now 6 feet, it's definitely gonna be something different. So
yeah, completely different spectrum.
Barbie's gonna continue to fight someone she's gonna be the taller person, so she's gonna continue to fight that same style. So it'd be interesting to see. So, but I'm gonna say maybe Polka.
Yeah,
Polka just because of that Brazilian in her. Yeah.
yeah. I think Barbie, she does have a lot of physical advantages, and she definitely plays that to her. You know,
Advantage.
yeah. She plays that to her advantage, but she doesn't have that much technique. When she was fighting Emily Brooke, like her punches were very. It was like very slappy.
Slap.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It was very
No knuckle.
wide, slapped a lot. Not that much technique, but she relied on her just physical presence to dictate that fight. So I think with someone like Julie Pena, Julie Polka. I'm gonna keep on saying that.
Julie P.
Yeah. Someone like Julie Polka going at you with straight punches, unafraid.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna pose a problem for her because Barbie is gonna have to go backwards, and me personally, I don't see her fighting that good while she's going backwards with these very loopy, slappy punches.
With no power. Plus, Polka does have some pop in her punches, and not only that, but fundamentally, she seemed like she was like calm as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like calm, like boom, boom, boom.
She seems like a real fighter. Like,
Yeah, like-
she's not panicking in there. When Polka knocked down Brooke
Yeah.
in the first round, she got back to her corner and she looked just regular calm. She was trying to maintain her composure, and I think that's really important. And that's gonna play a big factor when you fight someone that's physically intimidating in the ring, like Barbie at 6 feet tall. I think that's gonna help her a lot.
Most
Yeah.
def. Speaking about the, I feel like the women. I feel like this was probably the best influencer card ever because
Yeah.
the women, they brought it. The guys, they brought it. The main event, co-main event, but also like there was a little bit of everything when it comes to the aspect of the women's fight, like blood, knockdowns, and then even titties too, bro.
Even titties, bro. We got a Daniela. What's her name?
Daniela, she was on that Sidemen video,
That
no?
Sidemen video,
Sidemen
yeah.
video. I can't remember her.
So she's an OnlyFans creator, and
Yeah.
we got to see her titties for free. Like,
we got a preview, bro.
Yeah, we got a sneak peek. That's what we got.
I don't know what the KingPyn tournament will have to do in the finals to like do one up the semifinals because this was probably the best one.
Yeah, I was. It had everything.
It had everything.
But I mean, that moment was a bit.
It was a little bit much. It was on
a bit
live
much.
too. Dude, it
So,
was
'cause
live.
She lost her last fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
She lost, so it was redemption for her, and it was just so funny to see. Everyone on Twitter was going crazy about it. All the big accounts were posting it, even on Instagram. I saw it was and this is one thing, you know what I'm saying? It is entertainment and it is fun and games. It's all this and it definitely got eyes. Obviously, a lot of people are talking about it. which is what she wanted to begin with. Obviously, she's gonna funnel all those eyes into her OnlyFans. But this goes into like a bigger topic of. This is why these boxing, the true boxing fans don't see. They see influencer boxing as this like circus, and this stuff like this just kind of promotes that. Because I guarantee you, KingPyn or you know what I'm saying, these organizations, these influencer organizations, aren't gonna say anything. They might fine her, but
gonna find her.
yeah, they might fine her, but it's not that big of a deal. They're not gonna state a public, you know what I'm saying, apology, nothing like that. And that shows to like true boxing fans, like it's kind of like it's not encouraged, but it's just like tolerated, this kind of shenanigans, this kind of like out there stuff, over the tops, and that's why I feel when a lot of these true boxing fans don't like influencer boxing, because sometimes it is a lot, and sometimes it is, you know, too much.
Yeah, especially with these old heads, they always say it's a circus. It's just like an act or whatever. It's not. It's hurting the sport. It really is not. At the end of the day, I believe it's putting a lot more eyes. This influencer, you know, you have your favorite YouTuber, your favorite TikToker, in the ring with another social media star as well, like trying to knock each other out. It's pretty fun. It's entertaining. I like it, and it helps. But stuff like this, I understand the pushback. Like you have Eddie Hearn saying that we want to get far away as we can. I saw another tweet of some saying female fighters have done so much in the sport just for people like this OnlyFans girl to do that. It almost seems like as though like they're seen as almost like we're getting regressed back almost.
Yes, it's not like they wonder why they don't take influencer boxing seriously. This is why. Yeah. Like, you know, obviously some people influencer boxing take it super serious. I'm sure they're training like real boxers, but you're where you're fighting at, and you know what I'm saying, what you stand for is like this kind of stuff. So it's like it's one of those things where it's kind of hard to differentiate yourself from this influencer boxing if you're fighting on these cards. And you could be serious, but some people might not take you seriously just because you are an influencer boxer, and stuff like this happens all the time.
Yeah. What was that? Other than that incident, like I feel like this was pretty good though.
Oh,
like,
it was an entertaining.
Yeah.
I think me personally, my favorite fight was El Brook and Julie Polka.
Yeah.
That was my favorite fight, and I was surprised as well. I was thoroughly entertained all 5 rounds.
Yeah. What was your favorite fight out of the card?
Well, the only real fight I actually really saw was the Co and the main. But I mean, if I had to choose between them, I'd probably choose the Co. Nissan Gibb against Jarvis. Switching to that one now, Gibb and Jarvis. Yeah, I remember the build up to this fight was all like, oh, it's 2 brawlers going at it, right, for this fight. And I going through Twitter, going through social media, I noticed a lot of disrespect towards Gibb. People were saying, oh, Jarvis, you know, hot take, but Jarvis is going to beat Gibb. Or they're saying, oh, Gibb's, you know, going to lose, you know, because Jarvis, he hits hard. He
trains in the Mayweather gym.
He trains in the Mayweather gym, you know, this and that. And blah, blah, right? And just absolutely discrediting everything that Gibb has done ever since his defeat to Jake Paul. Like, I was like, wow, like, this respect that this man is getting. Because in my opinion, Gibb is the top 5 influencers in my pound for pound. He's top 5. So for me to see people on social media just absolutely bashing them or just like disrespecting them, you know, just saying, oh,
downplaying his skills.
And I was like, yo, there's no way. Because at the end, I was like, yo, Gibb is gonna beat this man because 1, he has the experience, and 2, like, Jarvis has never fought a credible opponent as Gibb, while Gibb has fought Jake Paul. He fought Taylor Holder when everyone was already doubting him. He beat McBroom twice. Those 3 names by itself, even though Jake Paul, you know, he got absolutely, even though how that one ended, right? Those 3 names alone are bigger than any name in Jarvis's resume. So when people were saying that Jarvis was gonna win, I was like, damn, that's kind of disrespectful towards Gibb.
No, it really was. I was surprised everyone was saying that. People were like kind of split. Some people were saying Gibb, some people were saying Jarvis, and some people were going as far to say, yeah, Jarvis knocks him out. And in my head, I'm thinking no. I'm thinking like, you guys must not. I don't think a lot of people really understood how Gibb fights and how like different it's gonna be when Jarvis tries to hit somebody and he just keeps on coming at you and doesn't stop for 5 rounds. And we saw this like Jarvis just didn't have an answer for Gibbs' nonstop aggression and combinations.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those styles makes fights, and this is perfectly like Jarvis is the type of dude that kind of goes forward too, but Gibb is a train, bro. It's really hard to get that dude to just stay on the back foot or get him to stop coming at you. And even though Jarvis does have that power, what was the main difference between these two fighters was the experience. Jarvis does not have the experience, does not have the Gibb has put more money in the bank, has been doing this since 2018, 2019, and Jarvis has just started since 2020, since the 21, since the social knockout tournament. So it was definitely just that's what it was. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch just because like for me, I don't know how you guys had it, but for me, in my opinion, I had it 4-1 Gibb. That first round, I saw Jarvis kind of winning. I saw him win. He looked kind of calm, cool, relaxed, and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it was just the experience.
Yeah, he Jarvis's first round was definitely his best, but I think that's going to be a recurring theme in Gibbs' fights because he does tend to start out slow. And this is one of his weaknesses is that he isn't a very explosive fighter. He isn't a very fast fighter. He's one of those fighters that just kind of like builds and builds and builds and builds slowly. When each round passes, he just keeps on building. And at the end, it's actually when he's like the most dangerous. You know, rounds 4, rounds 5, he was completely landing at will on Jarvis. But I think, Jarvis, you know, he had a good first round, but his game plan was clear. 1-2s, 1-4s. He was just relying on his right hand because I think he has some delusion that he has Deontay Wilder power. he's gonna touch them and they're just gonna fall like Michael Lee, that one TikToker did. But that's not gonna happen when you have a strong opponent in front of you like Gibb. Like you're not gonna be able to just land a right hand and knock him out. So he definitely has a lot of work to do. He definitely has to get back into the doghouse and learn some new skills. But yeah, I don't know.
No, yeah, I think this was a reality check for Jarvis. Like you said, like Michael Lee, he KO'd him, and then he stopped Zanetti. So he had, this was his third fight. He had 2 fights that he's won by KO stoppage. So he was coming in, fresh from the Mayweather gym. Really, I know he was coming in super confident, right? But like what you said, like it's very hard to knock out or to like even hurt someone who's strong like Gibb, who's really fit, who does the same, even or puts even more work in the gym. Yeah, like I think Jarvis really lacks in. There's a lot of flaws in this fight. I think he's too linear of a fighter. Really goes forward, but can't really fight on the back foot. Heavily reliant on the right hand. He would sometimes try to set it up with the jabs, but like even then, like 1-1-2, 1-2, like maybe 2-3 punch combination. It wasn't enough to keep. It was
so
never
clear.
gonna be enough to keep Gibb away, who comes at you and throws 3, 4, 5 punches at you and stays in the pocket. And the thing is, Gibbs, his biggest thing was his body work. That third, especially that 4th round, and then the 5th round, he was really sneaky with those body shots. You could tell Jarvis
was feeling them.
Yeah, he was backing up, had him in the rope for a majority of that 4th round. It was like a minute and a half, 2 minutes of him just on the rope. And then after the fight, like right when the fight ended,
he went to the ropes.
He went right to the corner and just like he just put his hands up on the ropes and just had his head down because he was gassed. He was gassed. So yeah, I think Jarvis has a lot to work with. The best thing he can do now is just prepare for Anderson. Is it Anderson? Winderson. For when I was gonna say Anderson.
We got Brazilians on our mind, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, the best he can do is just prepare for Winderson Nunes.
Yeah, Gibb. Impressive as always. He did his thing.
Yeah.
It was nothing like major surprising about his game. I think you kind of know what you're getting yourself into when you fight someone like Gibb. He's not gonna, change his ways. He's one of those fighters that a lot of combination, going forward at you. Non-stop aggression for however long the fight is. So I was impressed by him. He did his thing, just like you said. His body work, that was probably the highlight of his game. Last weekend, his body work was amazing. He was really laying it on Jarvis, and Jarvis was definitely feeling him. He was dropping his hands a lot more, trying to protect that body. So I think the main events or the finals coming up with Gibb and King Kenny, and I think I got Jarvis personally, or not Jarvis. I got Gibb personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Gibb personally because I think his body work, his aggression, and his just combinations are just gonna be too much.
But right before we go to the I don't know, the final two, King Kenny and Gibb, what do you guys think about Jarvis and Nunez then? Who do you think is gonna win between those two?
I got Jarvis.
Jarvis.
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah,
Mm.
Winterson Nunez absolutely not even disappointing me. I didn't know what I expected out of him, but he was just absolutely horrible. He did not throw any punches. It didn't even look like he wanted to be there. The whole fight, he was just smiling and chuckling. Like, that's not gonna win you a fight, man. Like, you gotta throw some punches. He was just letting King Kenny walk all over him, taunt him, and just no pride. No, he didn't get angry and start like, hey, Hail Mary, just start throwing punches. He didn't do anything. He complete disappointment when Nunez was for the hype that was behind him. I was disappointed.
No, yeah, that King Kenny and Nunes fight. Everyone was really surprised by how it went because, like you said, Nunes had this big hype around him. This Brazilian superstar. He's coming off a knockout in the first round of this tournament, and King Kenny literally did whatever he wanted to do. Just
Complete control in the ring.
complete control, dominated him all 5 rounds easily. And Nunes, I feel like Nunes didn't prepare right for this fight in the aspect that his sparring, I don't know, like he had no game plan. He stayed in the range of King Kenny's jab, no head movement, and just the output was low. And King Kenny, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, just jab you, fight from the outside, and just pick you apart like that. And that's what he did. Props to him. He followed his game plan, executed it good. And gave probably one of the best influencer boxing performances I think of in recent times. Especially that last final round, King Kenny was just uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. Did a little George Foreman defense, uppercut. Started taunting him, essentially just walking around, jumping. Like he just walked him down. Uppercut. And Nunes, he couldn't do anything. He could tell he was gassed out. And even if he wanted to, he was, like I said, he was too tired to even like throw anything back. And so yeah, it was very, very dominating performance, and I would say, like you said, very disappointing performance from Nunes.
Yeah, and I think if Nunes, when he goes up against Jarvis, I think that's gonna be much easier for Jarvis because he's actually gonna be able to land punches. You know what I'm saying?
The right
Nunes
hand.
is just gonna be right in front of him, not really doing much because. He'll probably have more confidence now because he's fighting so much shorter and this and that.
Someone that's gonna stand there too and kind of like bang as well.
But I don't think Nunes is gonna be able to handle someone like Jarvis because it didn't look like he can handle anything in that fight. So
yeah, and then it goes back to the point. Styles make fights, so it's very interesting to see. But I'm gonna if I were to put money on it, I'm definitely gonna put Jarvis against winning Nunes. Taking that third place. Just that Kenny basically took him to school. That jab. Essentially, Kenny won the first round with just the left hand. It started with a jab up and jab to the body. Boom, boom, boom. That's all he was doing the whole minute, and then switching up with a few hooks. After that, I was like, oh dang, like Kenny really got this. He was able to control a man in the first round with just a simple jab, simple left hand. And then as the round progressed, obviously, as we talked about, he kept getting more confident with himself, jumping around, the taunting and stuff like that. So I would say, yeah, Jarvis will win. And then in the main event, Gibb and King Kenny. You guys have King Kenny winning?
No, I got Gibb winning, like I said before. I think it's gonna be too much for Kenny. I think a lot of people are placing they're definitely placing, a lot on this performance against Winterson Nunes. But I think it's like one of those, just like we were talking about, it's like styles make fights. Like, Winterson Nunes was just standing there. Like, he was literally just being a punching bag. Anyone can look good if someone just stands there and is gonna be a punching bag. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to discredit Kenny. I'm sure he worked hard, and he definitely followed his game plan, just like you said. But it's not that hard to do that when someone's standing at your range and not throwing punches and just smiling at you, letting you walk right over him.
No head movement.
No head movement, no nothing. He wasn't even trying to get on the inside. When he would get on the inside, he wouldn't throw any punches. So it's like I understand the hype right now for King Kenny. This was definitely his best performance. I'm sure he's extremely proud of himself, as he should be.
Yeah.
But I think it's just gonna be a completely different fighter when he's fighting someone like Gibb, is gonna get on the inside, and once he gets on the inside, he is gonna let those body shots rip. He is gonna let his hands fly, like complete combinations. And I think that for King Kenny, that's gonna be way too much for him, and he's not gonna have an answer for that.
Yeah, I think the key for Kenny is to just do what he's been doing, which is jab, just stick and move, just box, especially when you're gonna fighting against Gibb. Gibb's just gonna come straight at you, right? He's gonna try to close the distance and just try to get in as fast as he can. But I mean, King Kenny's 6 feet 6'1", got crazy reach. So yeah, this is his game plan should be the same game plan that he's been doing this entire tournament, especially this last fight against Nunes. Just stick and move, just jab. Just try to control the range. Just try to not let Gibb take him to the ropes, because once Gibb takes you to the ropes,
It's over.
It's over. Yeah, he's gonna wail on you. For Gibb though, that's the thing. They know that Gibb's gonna come in to break distance. To close it and try to come inside. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna prepare well to either try to counter him, maybe, if he tries to get in too close, or just move. You work on the footwork. But for Gibb, I feel his main thing should be to use more feints. Because Nunes didn't do anything to close the distance, and Kenny still let him get in.
Yeah,
he was still letting them get in.
Mm-hmm.
And just Nunes never punished him for it. But I think Gibb is gonna be able to get in if he's able to utilize more feints. Body feints. Just close the distance more easier and just break him like that.
Yeah. Another thing is, like, King Kenny doesn't really have that instinct. Like, he could have stopped Winterson Nunes, but he didn't. He was just jabbing, just taunting, really just like playing with him. And you know what I'm saying? That's cool and all, but like with someone like Gibb, if he was in that, in that circumstance, Gibb would have been going at it, trying to get the knockout. And I think that's a very important, being like cold blooded and trying to actually get
having that dog in you.
Yeah, get the KO is something very important. I know Gibb has that, and King Kenny didn't really show that. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely in control. He definitely dominated, but when it was time, to push the third gear, what I'm saying? He didn't do it.
Didn't do it.
And that's another thing. A lot of these guys, yeah, they can dominate and they can do all these things, but there comes a time it's like, okay, get him out of the ring. You know what I'm saying? You showed your levels above him.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now finish the fight, get him out of there. And King Kenny didn't do that. So.
Yeah, I think the only thing really that Gibb needs to focus on, for his fight against Kenny is really just the jab, the left hand. If he's able to maneuver, get out or neutralize it, he's gonna get in. And King Kenny is definitely not gonna be able to fight with inside. We saw his the fight he lost to against that dude, Ashley. Some last name, yeah. Once that dude was able to get in, King Kenny had no idea really he couldn't really dog, like he couldn't no close range fighting and stuff like that. So if Gibb is able to neutralize that jab, it should be a really easy night for him, a big night even.
Yeah, because King Kenny's output is still low. His output is still low, other than the jab, like, jabs. But he doesn't throw a lot of combinations. He's like going 1-2-1, 1-2-3, he's not throwing a lot of combinations.
I mean, but he did throw a lot of combinations against Nunes, though.
In the last round, maybe.
During the rounds, he would throw uppercut 1-3, 1-4, he'd be throwing upper.
A combination.
Like
two punches isn't a combination. I don't think 2 punches is a combination.
He was throwing combinations, right?
Like a 1-2. A lot of people say combination. That's not really a combination. When I talk combination, I'm talking like a Gibb combination.
He was active for sure, but it's really easy to be active against someone who's not throwing anything back. When it's someone that actually is throwing back, he kind of does hesitate to really throw. But I, he if he's gonna fight Gibb, he has to be active. Or he has to find a way to neutralize Gibb. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Uh,
So you say Gib?
I say Gibb. I think I think it's gonna be a shutout. I think it's gonna be 5-0 to Gibb. He's just gonna go in there, march forward, Kenny, and then he's just gonna rip the body, rip headshots, nonstop combinations, and Kenny's not gonna have an answer to it.
Yeah, I have Gib too. I don't have it a shutout. I think early round, like maybe first round, the second round, are probably gonna go to Kenny just because Gibb's a slow starter, and the jab's gonna be something he's gonna have to adjust to during the fight. So I think it's gonna be a closer fight. I still got Gib winning it, maybe split 3-2. If it's a 4-1, that'd be better. But I think it's gonna be like a 3-2 for Gib.
yeah, I'm gonna say Gibb. Definitely a close fight. Close fight to Gibb for sure.
I mean, we said Gib was gonna win.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we kind of picked it, so we're this close in
He's
September.
definitely the favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, actually, I don't want to see who the
It depends who
favorite
you
is
ask.
now.
Yeah, it depends who you
I wanna
ask.
see-
Yeah.
no, I'm saying like for the tournament. I want to see who the favorite is now. Who people got? Do they still got Gibb? Because Kenny's now his hype is real again.
I think they have. I think they have King Kenny as favorite.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's what I figured.
He's really hyped up.
He's really hyped
Because
up.
they see him, they're like, oh, he's a seasoned pro. He's got the technique. You know, he looks. You know, he does like a little thing. You know, jab. You know. So he has a lot of hype on him right now, especially after the performance he put out. He's clearly favorite to win.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think you brought up a good point. Is like the way he looks. You know what I'm saying? His style. He looks, like a professional. He looks like he's doing it. And someone like Gibb, who looks awkward. His footwork is still a bit.
Looks more like a brawler.
Shaky.
Yeah.
But even just like the way he moves, he doesn't. It doesn't look natural the way he moves. Yeah, it's not fluid like a boxer. He's not moving like a boxer. I think a lot of people place a lot of emphasis, and it plays a big role in their mind. Oh, look at him! It looks clean. It looks good. Yeah, it could look good and it could look clean, but does it work? Is it useful? Is it bringing results? And for Gibb, yeah, it doesn't look that good. I'll be the first to say he looks awkward. He looks unorthodox. He doesn't look that good, but it works. And he goes in there and he fights his heart out. Kenny, yeah, he does look a bit more technically better, but he gets shaky. He gets hesitant. He doesn't. When I see it, he doesn't do a lot of the things. You know what I'm saying? That like a pro does, although he looks like that. He looks
like it, but he can't pull the trigger.
he
I think
can't pull the
that's what
trigger.
it is.
He can't do a lot of stuff. So I think a lot of people are placing emphasis on the way Gibb fights, the way he moves, the way you know what I'm saying. But it works for him, and if it works for him, then he should continue to do it.
Yeah, I think it's for Gibb. I think he doesn't mind being the underdog, because he's literally been the underdog and
Pretty much every fight.
every early fight. Jake Paul was the underdog and then got absolutely taken out. But then Taylor
His comeback,
Holder,
yeah, he was an
Taylor-
underdog.
He was the big
Everyone was talking shit on him,
Everyone
yeah.
was talking so
Everyone.
like, oh, like you got taken down three like in the first round by Jake Paul. Taylor Holder is
Training with Canelo.
he's scary, you know, and then gave shut him out 5-0, and then against McBroom they're like, oh, McBroom, he knocked out Bryce Hall, and then when McBroom dropped him in the first round, they were like, oh, it's over. It's over. Jake Paul
again, yeah.
Jake Paul. And then again in the rematch, they were like, maybe McBroom's gonna come.
He had COVID.
Yeah, McBroom came out with all these.
He was
excuses.
sick.
But for the KingPyn rematch that they had, people were on social media were saying, oh, I think McBroom is actually gonna come in different. He had a different demeanor to him. I think he might be able to take it. And then Gib absolutely washed him. And then with Jarvis, like I said earlier, people were disrespecting my boy, absolutely disrespecting him for everything he's done. And he 4-1. He 4-1 Jarvis. So I think if it suits him to be the underdog still, again.
Yeah.
It just makes it, more better for him,
Probably gives him more motivation and more, what I'm saying, more.
He feeds off of it.
Get
feeds off of it.
into camp and just start training his heart out. So, I definitely got him as favorite. We all
got him as favorite. Yeah, that's what we were banking on. That's our boy.
Yeah, that's
our boy.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I think this should be one of the last talking points right now about this KingPyn thing. Let's say Gib wins, right? He beats King Kenny, and he's declared the king, the absolute king of this tournament.
there's a lot of potential because there's one man on social media who's been calling out for the winner. Our
Slim.
boy, the Hitman Slim. And here's the thing, based on what I've seen, I think Slim might take this. I think he beats
The winner?
I think he beats Gibb, and I think he beats Kenny. Mainly because I don't know, man. Gibb against Jarvis, every time he got hit with that right, he did look a bit shaky.
He did get hit with it.
He
Yeah,
got
you're
hit
right.
with
He
the
did
right,
get hit with it.
And I'm like, it gets me thinking. Does Gibb not have a chin? And I mean, Slim was fighting in the 170s against big guys, and he was able to take their punch, and he was able to drop them too. He was able to hurt them, and so now that Slim's dropped down to the 168, also to super middleweight. Hey man, I think I think it'd be good matchups if he fights either the winner of King Kenny or Slim or Gibb.
Yeah.
But I think next big fight after this Kingpyn tournament would be a Slim fight.
It definitely it'd be a nice setup for it. You know what I'm saying? Because there'd be a lot of hype. He's the winner of Kingpyn. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of hype. He beat the tournament, and then someone like Slim calling him out. Because Slim. I think a lot of people also sleep on Slim. He's a very dangerous fighter. He's been there since the beginning. Unorthodox, and for some reason he hits hard.
Yeah.
That boy does hit hard. So just like you said, I think there is something to be said about Gibbs' chin. I don't know.
Yeah.
He has been rocked quite a few times. Even McBroom obviously dropped him in their first fight. McBroom also hurt him in the second fight. He rocked him. Jarvis was landing some good shots in the first round against Gibb, and so there could be something there. There could be something there with Slim's long reach and his sniper like right hand. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll see who comes out on top, King Kenny or Nissan Gibb.
Or Nissan Gibb, yeah, and then move from there.
Yeah, because I don't think Kenny got. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Kenny has a chance against
Slim.
Yeah, I think
not, yeah.
I think Kenny. I think Slim sleeps him easy. I don't think that'd be a very hard fight for Slim, honestly.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a big take.
Big take. I don't think Kenny has anything on Slim. I think Slim would get the number on him and get that right hand landing, because he's another long fighter just like him.
Yeah.
Tall,
tall,
lengthy.
Yeah.
Fights with aggression.
Fights with aggression,
Yeah.
and the main difference is that power.
Yeah, the power. Yeah.
So I guess before we end it here, like, how do you guys have it for the influencer, like top, like the pound for pound list? How do you guys have it?
I mean, I haven't really thought about the top 10. I do have my top 5 though. Like, my number 1's obviously Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul's still number 1. I don't count Tommy Fury.
Yeah, I don't count Tommy Fury either,
I don't
really. Because he's not I guess he is an influencer boxer, because he was a Love Island guy and then now he's boxing. But when they say influencer boxer, we kind of mean content creator.
Yeah,
that turned boxer.
I guess it's YouTube boxer. Then.
Yeah, it's pretty much, yeah.
YouTube boxer.
So I don't count him as one either.
Yeah, so I don't count Tommy Fury, but okay, I'd have Jake Paul number 1, followed by number 2, which would be KSI. Number 3, I actually have Gibb number 3. Number 4, I'd probably have here's the thing, people were putting what was the name, Anthony Taylor into the top 5 after he beat Salt Poppy. I mean, I Salt Poppy he was number 5 in my list before he lost to Taylor, and I mean, once you lose, you obviously have to get taken down. So yeah, I know. I thought it was funny when people added Anthony Taylor as a number 4, even number 3 above Gibbs sometimes, which would look a little disrespectful,
Yeah.
Okay, so I had number 3 Gibb, number 4 I have Pineda.
the what is it? What's his nickname? El Flaco de Oro, right?
Oh yeah, Flaco de Oro, which is like the skinny, the golden skinny boy.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well, now that I thinking about my top 5, I can't remember. I don't know who's number 4 and number 5 for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it. I think I agree with obviously I agree with your first, second one. Third one, I think Gibb. Yeah, I think Gibb deserves it. I don't think anyone I can't think of anyone that should be placed over him right now because right now he's on a roll right now.
Yeah.
Especially
That's
if he
true.
wins this KingPyn tournament.
Yeah.
He's on a roll right now, so we'll give it to him. I definitely think Taylor should be in there.
Anthony Taylor?
Anthony Taylor should be in there.
Think
Which
so?
again, I guess, is he really an influencer fighter? Everyone always puts him there. But
Everyone
he was
always
an
puts it.
MMA
Yeah, he was an
guy.
MMA guy. He was
Like, he has MMA fights. Like, did he ever do YouTube?
No, I think
I don't think so.
I think now he
Now
does.
he does,
Maybe he
yeah.
does now.
Now he does, but yeah. So I mean, it's kind of not really fair because that boy already has experience. No wonder, you know what I'm saying? He definitely has experience, and a lot of people were also sleeping on him before because like he lost to Tommy Fury
Yeah.
and he was like Jake Paul's sparring partner too as well, right?
Something like that.
So yeah, but I mean, he's comes there to fight, and also he had another loss against another professional, Idris Virgo, right? I think he lost.
Oh,
to
Virgo,
him.
yeah, as
He
well.
lost against Chris Favila. The dude who beat Dr. Mike.
Oh,
He lost. Taylor lost against him. He also lost, or he drew against Ryan Taylor.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah, he drew against Ryan Taylor.
Damn.
I think he fought Ryan Taylor when Gabe was supposed to, not Gabe, Slim was
Slim.
supposed to, yeah, but then Slim had to back out because of his eye. Yeah, so Anthony Taylor, I don't know.
Yeah, he's a bit of a weird one because obviously his highlight is beating Salt Poppy.
Saw Poppy, yeah, stopping the train.
Yeah, so everyone, you know what I'm saying, now they're putting some respect on his name,
Yeah.
but
Maybe
I don't
maybe
know.
maybe for like next podcast we can
yeah.
think of like our top 10 and then say it out,
Yeah.
Maybe next podcast we
Get a
come out with our
complete
top
list.
yeah, because I haven't really thought about it
You haven't either.
that in a while, so yeah, there's been new fighters too.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on,
Yeah,
a lot
so-
of KingPyn. We just got some results now again, yeah.
So yeah, next week we'll come out with our own top 10 YouTube /influencer
List.
pound for pound ranking.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you guys have Jake as number one.
Yeah.
I have KSI as number one.
No way.
Yeah, I have him. Well, Jake lost.
Jake did lose.
Jake did lose, so
But KSI sucks. You heard it here first. KSI is overrated.
man, he's
I said
definitely he's definitely playing that like not bad guy, but definitely playing into that maybe a little bit more as
Just
well.
bad. No, yeah, bad
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
I think we got it all. Well, let us know what you guys think, and we're actually interested to see what you guys have as your top 5, top 10 influencer boxer pound for pound list. Let us know who do you guys think you guys have in the finals as well.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
See. Until then, it's your boy Roberto,
Johanan.
It's also Al.
and this is the Last Round Boxing Podcast. Peace.